Hi, I'm John Ahr, and welcome to the Online Jewelry Academy. I'll be your instructor for the day, and today I'm going to show you something really simple. A lot of times you want to do something quick and easy, and the best way to do that is to just visit your local bead store. On the desktop, I've laid out the items that we're going to be working with today. We've got a couple of inches of chain, a clasp, a couple of jump rings, and 4 little pairs of handcuffs. You might be asking yourself, why handcuffs? Well, handcuffs are actually an interesting part of today's trends in fashion, and they're quite popular in fashion jewelry. So I'm going to show you how to assemble a really simple little bracelet. So let's get started. First, you want to lay out your pattern. Now, when you're at the bead store, you may want to actually take a ruler with you or ask the clerk if they have one. If you're making a lady's bracelet, it would probably be about 6 to 6.5 inches, and a man's bracelet would probably be 6.5 to 7 inches. So I know that by laying out the little handcuffs, that will be the top of the bracelet. Now I'm going to have to put the clasp at one end, and I'm going to have to put a loop at the other end for the clasp to connect to. So I need to fill in the gaps in between the little handcuffs. Now I've got 2 choices here. I could either use the gunmetal or I could use this antiqued copper. Now you may want to have a contrast between links like this so that the featured items show up better. And I think in this case we're going to use the gunmetal color because the clasp is silver and the loops that I have to join these items to the bracelet are also a gunmetal color. So before we begin, let me explain something. The links of the chain provide an interesting mechanism for joining the little handcuffs and clasps together, because essentially these chains are made out of jump rings. Now jump rings are round, but when you open a jump ring, you don't want that ring to open up like it's spreading its arms. You want it to peek at you, okay? And the way that you do that is you're going to use 2 sets of pliers. One plier goes on one side of the ring and the other goes on the other side of the ring so that you can easily move them up and back together. This will help keep those rings nice and round. Okay, so I'm probably going to need about 3 links between each one. So let me get started by disassembling the chain. Now, before I do that though, I'm going to put on some safety glasses, just in case, because you never know. Now, if you haven't seen the safety video yet, now might be a good time to stop and check the safety video out. Alright, so first, I'm going to pick up the chain, and I'm going to disassemble the links. And like I said, I'm just going to put 1 pair of pliers on one side of a link and the other on the other and just open it up. And that allows it to become separated from the larger section of chain. So I'm going to take 3 loops at a time. There. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of 3 loops. So I'm going to start from the center and work out towards the ends. Now, if you don't initially see what you have in mind, be sure to ask the clerk at the bead store if they can make some suggestions, because they might have something in the back that they don't have very much of, And as you can see, we only need a little bit of chain in order to make this work. Okay, now I've assembled the featured items together, so really all I have left to do is to add the clasp to one end and the loop to the other end. We've got our clasp on. And last, I'm going to add the loop to the far end that the clasp will connect to. And there we have a finished bracelet. So the assembly is really quick and easy. Have a lot of fun making projects like this, and we'll see you again at the Online Jewelry Academy. Be sure to check out our products and other videos.